Good morning, comic fans. With the Comic Pusher, the Comics Club, Tampa and Brandon's favorite comic gaming store. It is Wednesday, December 18th. Yeah, we're 1 week away from Christmas, and I got an announcement to make about that. We will be closed Christmas Day, and new books we're hoping will be there on the day after, on Thursday, the day after Christmas, December 26th. We will not have a show that week. I'm just not going to be able to pull it off. And probably the following week, too, I'm not going to be able to pull it off. So we're going to go on a little hiatus here, and we will be back on the second Wednesday of January, which will be, I think, January 8th, because New Year's Day falls on Wednesday. We will be closed. We always close on New Year's Day. Good luck to everybody who's out there who's open. We will open on Thursday and hopefully have all the books out for you and ready. We hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas next Wednesday, and everybody has a happy New Year, and everybody has a safe, happy holiday. We have a sale going on. There's our Now to New Year sale. A lot of great stuff is on sale. You guys should definitely check it out. If you are on our Facebook, it's all listed on there. But we have our back issues, our regular back issues out there, our BOGO. Now through the end of the month, a fantastic deal. Great time to fill in all those holes you're missing in your back issue collections. And our wall books are on sale. And all of our toys are on sale and our games are on sale. It's a great time to be shopping at the Comics Club. So come on down, buy some stuff. We have some fun stuff to show you. You know, I've showed you in the past. Excuse me a second. I've shown you in the past double covers. We even had a triple cover one time. There's oddities in comic books that happen sometimes, errors that happen and things like that. And sometimes, though, something happens that'll make you think, what? But it was done intentionally. And one of those is when you have a cover that's used more than once. So you'll have a cover for a comic book, and then they'll decide, hey, we want to use that cover again for a different comic book. It'll be a different comic book on the inside, but the same cover art. Sometimes there'll be a slight variations on it, but we ran into one of those recently in a collection we got in, and this is one of those romance comics from this was from 1972, March of 1972. It's called My Love Number 16. It's a fun cover, you know. This her broken heart because her boy's hanging out with that cute little redhead there, and so there's that. So then this is from March 1972. And then that's issue number 16. And issue number 34 comes along in May of 1975, 3 years later, and we have the exact same cover. Its coloring is a slightly different, but as you see, it's the same cover. Inside, it's a different comic book, totally different stories. But on the cover, they've used it again. Hey, Steve Fisher, thank you for joining us. So you see, it's a different comic inside. This was the first one. This was issue number 16, and this is the front inside cover of that inside first page. And then you see this one. It's a different story. So it's kind of interesting to see that they do that. This isn't the only time they've ever done this in comics. There's been lots of comic books that have been done where why they use the extra cover. I'm trying to get to the middle of this cover. Why they use the extra cover, I'm not certain. Why they decided not to use new art, maybe they didn't have it. It was a last minute thing. Something went wrong. They had to get some art in there, and that was their only chance. So, yeah, totally different comics on the inside. But the same comic cover on the outside. And like I say, this isn't the first time it's been done. I'm going to show you a couple other examples of that real quick. So here's a couple other examples. Sometimes the art is exactly the same, and sometimes it's a little different. Here, look at this. This is a king-size annual Avengers, number 10. But then you had House of M. It's kind of hard to see that image I had. It's the only one I could grab at the moment. But it's the House of M, issue number 2, I believe, and or is it issue number 10? But either way, this obviously is the same cover art. And then way back we had in here. I'll show you. Here's Weird comics from 1966, October 1966, and they've used the same art, but they've altered it a bit. They've added this creature on the front with the axe. You go back and look at the other one. You see. So they've altered it a little bit for the February 1973 cover. That's 7 years later from this cover. But you can see it's the same art. They've just redone it a little bit. This here, that and this, entirely the same art without even any alteration. So there you go. That's one of the oddity things that we see in comic books sometimes. Why Marvel decided, or why the other companies decided to use the same artwork, not 100% certain. Like I say, maybe at the last minute they had to change the art and they didn't have anything handy, and they just thought, okay, well, this matches the story we're doing pretty well enough, so we'll go ahead and add this from issue number 16 in there. I don't know exactly that's what happened. Maybe they were trying to cut costs and they decided we don't want to pay for yet another cover, and we've got this one, and we own this one, so we'll go ahead and use it again. But if you guys ever come across one of those or have seen one of those before, let us know in the comments down below, and then that will also get you into our monthly drawing, which we will do the second Wednesday of January, if all goes well. But let's see here. Let's get into, one more cool thing to show you. We in the past have carried a lot of different tarot cards. There are those divining cards that tell your fortune, I guess. But a new one came out. It's kind of interesting. Actually, this one's been out a little while, but it's new to our store. It is the Marvel Tarot and Guidebook. Tarot deck and guidebook. It's pretty cool. Every one of those characters on the covers had their own movie or TV show. And this cool bit on the back. So yeah, these are fun tarot decks, and this one's based on the Marvel characters, so that's a pretty cool one. And see here, we've got a great stack of comics here. What are we stacking up to? We've got that's 10 solid inches of comic books this week, and that's without any of the ones from Diamond, because Diamond continues to have problems in their shipping, and they haven't quite caught things up, and so we didn't get our shipment in time for today's books from Diamond. So some of the things that you may have on your list that you think are coming out today are not going to be here probably till Friday. That's just the best we're going to be able to do with that. And I'm not certain if next week's going to have a delay or not with Diamond. We'll find out. Hopefully they'll get these things taken care of and get them behind us, because it has caused us all kinds of grief. So hopefully next week or beginning of next month, we'll get things back to normal when it comes to Diamond shipping. They consolidated into one single warehouse. I don't know. There's been a lot of changes in our industry. A lot of companies have gone to Lunar or PRH for their distribution. Diamond continues to carry Marvel and a lot of the other independents. They no longer carry DC. That's exclusively through Lunar. And we hate exclusives. That's never good for any of us, as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, we wish DC would open it up too to all the other ones, just so everybody has a shot at distributing all of the comic books. That can't hurt any of us. These exclusives, I don't think, are a good, healthy thing for our industry. Anyway, getting off that soapbox, we have some great variants to show you this week. We got G.I. Joe number 2. It's a 1 in 25. G.I. Joe has been going strong. The new Transformers are going strong. It's been a really great time for these Skybound. That's Kirkman, the man who brought us the Walking Dead and Invincible and a lot of other great books. But he's now behind this Skybox Studios that are part of Image, and this is a 1 in 10 G.I. Joe number 2 variant cover, and he's been bringing us some great stuff like the new Transformers and G.I. Joe. This is Lilith number 2. This is a 1 in 5 variant. Godzilla's Masterpiece Theater. This brings The Great Gatsby and Godzilla and all kinds of characters from literature into this comic book, where they've decided to take down Godzilla together, I guess. All these literary greats, Great Gatsby and others. Ultimate Spider-Man number 12. This is a 1 in 25 cover, I guess. As Spider-Man is not immune to the pain of stepping on a toy. I would think his spider senses would have warned him, and then also I don't see how he gets hurt by a toy. Doesn't he have superpower feet too? or his bottom of his feet are especially vulnerable. It's his Achilles flat foot. Star Wars Ahsoka number 6, a 1 in 25, and I'm very disappointed. This has been happening again and again, and we have to jump through hoops for them to get a replacement. But they sell it. Yeah, I may not be able to see it very well here, but the spine is broken in 3 places, and it's a 1 in 25, and then it's so frustrating because whoever picked up this book, so 1 in 25, at packing it into our boxes, whoever picked up this book paid no attention to whether or not our 1 in 25 was damaged and just threw it in our box. A lot of times we absolutely don't understand what's going on in the warehouses, the guys packing our boxes. If they have any clue about collectors and what they need, they don't need a bunch of broken spines, especially when it's breaking the ink for a rare variant. It's very disappointing to us retailers who bought these to resell. These kind of things help us offset when we over-order comics, which is an inevitability in our industry. And so these kind of help us offset that because they usually go for a little bit more money, but when they come damaged, it kind of blows it for us. So any of you guys out there in the warehouses watching this, a little consideration when you're packing our boxes and our especially our rare variants. You know, oftentimes Lunar will put our rare variants inside a bag of the board so they don't get damaged in the process. They don't always do it, but when they do it, guess what? We don't get damages. Isn't that awesome? This is not actually a rare variant. This is a New Gods #1 new series is hitting the stands today. New Gods were created by Jack Kirby when he came over to DC Comics a long time ago. But this is the New Gods #1 acetate cover, and it's a $10 book. It's not a rare variant, but I only got one of them in because I don't know. We'll see what happens. If we have a demand for it, we'll get in some more. In the meantime, Absolute Batman #3 has some amazing covers. Actually blow your mind. But this is the 1 in 25 cover, which is cool enough on its own. I just love these hooks at the end of the edges of his cape. It's amazing, and that is his ears are batarangs. But this is a 1 in 50, and oh boy, what an amazing cover! This is fantastic. Look at this. What a great cover of Batman. I'm just loving it. 1 in 50, very dark. Very good. This is the artist. I had his name in my head. Steven. Is it Rubik? I apologize if I ruined your name, but what a great piece of art. I'm loving it. Great Batman image there. That's going to be one sought after for sure. I've been in the past been saving Marvel for last, but I'm going to save this time because all the indies are coming in late anyway. Or not all of them, because the ones through Lunar and PRH have been on time every time. It's just the ones that go through Diamond that have been having a problem because of Diamond's consolidation to that warehouse. That's caused them a few glitches, a few hiccups, bumps in the road. TVA, Time Variance Authority, #1. Miss Minutes and others. Do these other ones have names, or are they all Miss Minutes in just different forms? Is that Mr. Minutes? Looks like a little like Mr. Peanut. And there we go. They're not particularly happy. Well, this one is like the Miss Minutes we know. This one looks like a physician. And this one looks like, I don't know, Mr. Somebody. So there you go. There's those. Spectacular Spider-Men, plural men. Up to issue #10. Pretty cool. Star Wars Ahsoka, issue #6. Thrawn on the cover. A lot of Thrawn fans out there. That's a strange beast, huh? Ewoks. Who doesn't love an Ewok, you know? There's some badass Ewoks. That's an awesome cover. What's up against the Jabberwocky there? That's a cool one. And your action figure one. Ewoks action figures. Ultimate Spider-Man is in a very festive mood. Not this cover, but it's a cool cover. Mary Jane looking at that spider. I'm loving it. This one, Christmas ornaments. and Spider-Man in red and green. You see that? I don't know that there's ever been a Spider-Man red and green costume before. Does anybody know of a red and green Spider-Man costume? Let me know, because this may be the first ever Christmas Spider-Man costume. Prove me wrong. Find me an earlier version of this. If you like first appearances of costumes, that could be the first Christmas appearance. I'm not certain, though. He could have had a red and green costume before that I didn't know about, but I don't remember seeing one. I like it. And speaking of Christmas, there you go. Peter Claus is coming to town. He's making a list of comic books that he needs. He's going to shop at the Comics Club. Wolverine, #1. What? There he is. It's the Wolverine Ghost Rider mashup. Wolverine. That's a nice shiny foil cover there. Very shiny. And last but not least, look at this cover. Wow. Born to Fry. Born to be Wild. Okay, let's see here. We have a facsimile edition of Marvel Superhero Secret Wars, the all shiny foil one. I thought I had others with the regular cover. Apparently, those got pre-sold. So if you need a regular cover, I'll try to get one for you. I think they're still out there. You just let us know. Let me or Dolly know. Let Dolly or me know. Alligator Loki. Speaking of Christmas, Alligator Loki holiday special #1. That's got to be fun. And this one, Marvel Mutt #1, coming soon. It's not here yet. February. It's a Dog's World in February. Marvel Mutt. That looks like fun. Finally, we've reached the end of it. It's been forever, but this is actually it. This is the final culmination end to Blood Hunters. Marvel's Blood Hunt went through dozens of different titles, all kinds of tie-ins. And all this time later, it started, I think, last spring. And here we are, finally, in December, getting the last issue of the last part of Blood Hunters. And it looks like a sad day for some characters there in this final issue. And without giving you any spoilers, it does say at the very end, the end for now. So some of these events might be cropping up later on, extensions of what happened in Blood Hunt. So keep your eyes open for future possibilities of this massive crossover having even tentacles stretching farther into the comic book future. Okay, what do we got here? We've got Conquest 2099, #5. Like these border covers. Featuring Dracula and Lilith. We saw a Lilith comic before. It was the variant. That's an indie, though. An indie comic. I got to tell you, this next issue of Daredevil I'm about to show you has some violent covers. And one of them, does it happen in the book? We were wondering, because sometimes things don't happen in the book. Look at this bloody cover, man. Poor Daredevil. Look, he's having some rough day there. But look at this. Who's having an even rougher day? That is Bullseye. That's his arm laying on the ground. What the heck's going on here? Bullseye has had his arm, his right arm, ripped right off his body. What is happening there? Does that happen inside? Has Bullseye lost an arm? Is this continuity? Is this real? Has Bullseye lost his arm? That is wild. If it's true, is he going to get one of those Winter Soldier arms now, or even be even more accurate than he was before? Deadpool #9. Little rooftop yoga. Oh, that's a good one. All right, there we go. What do we got here? Fantastic Four. Still alive and well after all this time. Fantastic Four and the Mole Men still going at it. Look at that. Oh, for time. Oh, we got to pick up the pace here. I still got DC and Doom. There he is. Doom. He's on everything. Doom and Johnny Storm. Great stuff. Immortal Thor. sporting several covers. I like the very first one I'm going to show you. It's right out of Dungeons and Dragons. But look at all the different characters. And Thor is one who would be in a tavern like this and some medieval looking place. And they're all knocking down brews and eating roast beast and having a great time. Thor number 18. And then there's the Lady Thor. That great. What is Thor seeing? Reflecting in his helmet there. Pretty cool. I believe that is Alex Ross. And then this one. Got the Rainbow Bridge behind him. His Miss Minutes and this dog. That's a great cover. That's some fun stuff. Mostly naked Namor. Number 5. Sentinels. We're up to issue number 3. If you're this very fine comic book. Sentinels number 3. No damage. It didn't damage it. Sentinels number 3. I love this throne there. It's got the Sentinel's hand for a throne. I want one of those. Okay, Psylocke. Some really great covers of Psylocke. Fun covers and awesome covers and violent covers. Look at that awesome cover. Look at that fun cover. She's reading. What is she reading there? Spider-Boy. And a very violent cover. Whoa. That guy's having a bad day. I don't know what he said to her, but bad idea to cross that lady. Oh, I forgot to show you these earlier on. We got the Cult of the Lamb. If you're into that video game, there's a comic book out for it. And this is a trade paperback, volume 1. And we have something called Superman Project. Excuse me, I'm having an itchy nose today. What does that mean? Does that have some sort of mystical meaning when your nose itches? When your palm itches, it means you're supposed to get money, right? Benefiting comic creators in need. This is the Superman Project. This is just filled with amazing artwork. And the money, the proceeds of this goes to help comic book artists in need, which is an awesome thing. So when you buy this, you're also helping artists, comic book artists in need. All right. Now then, let's move on over to DC Comics. We got a lot of DC this week. I mean, oh my goodness, lots of different covers and some new titles starting. Like speaking of new titles, we got Challengers of the Unknown launching today. And these are the new Challengers of the Unknown. You might look familiar to you because it looks like many of those Challengers are the Trinity. And others. It's nice foil covers. Oh, shiny wraparound. Foil covers. Speaking of foil covers, I got another one in this stack. This is a Crisis on Infinite Earths. This is a blank one. On this blank one, they did not give you the regular cover on the inside, like they often do. This one is not. This one is just blank. You create your own. This one is foil. This is Crisis on Infinite Earths number 9. All the regular ones got pre-sold. I will try to get more of these in, the regular one if you need it. I think they're still available. World's Finest number 34. Look at that great cover. Zatanna by DNA Nakayama. I like the Blind Justice there. That's cool. And this one. The Case of the Missing Finest. Nightwing's got a couple of fun covers. This Negative Space one. Christmas Package. Him not falling off the back of a building. And this one. Night, night, teddies. It's all over for you. Not the Teddy Bear Gang or what? Plastic Man No More. Number 4. Plastic Man's having a hard time. He seems to be melting. And no one seems to be taking him seriously because he's such a joker. But he's running out of time. If he doesn't get some help, he's in deep trouble. The Question is up to issue number 2. We got this fancy foil cover. Woo! And I've warned you in the past about these covers. They're fantastically fun, but if you get your finger smear on them, the oil from your fingers, and you do not wipe that off before you file it away, it will stay permanent. That oil from your hands will stay permanent on that comic, and you'll regret it. So be sure to wipe it off before you put it away. So, question. I'm not familiar with the female question. Does anybody know her identity, her name? Let me know if you know. I'm not familiar with that one. What do we got here? Okay. Wonder Woman, number 16, hooking up with Detective Chimp there. I like it. You gotta love a story with Detective Chimp in it, right? Titans are up to issue number 18. Lots of covers for them this week, this month. That is actually they've got this protective cover for this one. I'm not certain why. They usually only do that for the blank covers or some special cover like a glow in the dark and stuff like that. Titans, nowhere to hide. Must be Titans headquarters there, where they're all hanging out together. There's the whole team. Jenny Sparks hitting the stands today. This is a number 5. It's a black label. Usually that means a little more mature. And Jenny Sparks is obviously a more mature character. Batman and Robin, year 1, issue number 3. The early years of Batman and Robin together. Beginning here. Wonder if they'll do a year 2, year 3. I don't know. We'll see. Santa Claus is coming to town, next week. And Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns is up to issue number 4. Catwoman. There's some really cool covers here for Catwoman. Look at this one. The geisha version of Catwoman. Loving Cho's stuff. What a talent. Okay, let's see here. New Gods. New Gods. New Gods. Did you know Jack Kirby created New Gods? I think I told you that. Some of my very favorite DC stuff. New Gods was great stuff. And this foil one. Everybody knows Mr. Miracle is a main player in the New Gods. Wow. That's awesome. There's some really violent covers going on. Holy cow. Speaking of violence, Dark Knights of Steel All Winter. If you like your heroes in the Viking Age, there they are. Now, let's see here. Oh, John Constantine, Hellblazer. Look at the supporting cast in here. Sandman, Swamp Thing, Shadow. This is Shadow Cabinet number 2. Milestone universe, Milestone characters. Actually, the Milestone characters are part of the main DCU. As far as I know, they have been for a very long time. We've got Batman Echoes number 5. This is a long time coming. This one was delayed. Finally here, Batman 89 Echoes number 5. Finally hitting the stands there. And Action Comics, issue number 1080, has several different covers. That one's pretty cool. I like this one. Superman family characters. Superman's having a bad day here. What the heck happened there? We've seen Superman as a skeleton before. That's not the first time we've seen that. And here's some great covers. This final cover I've saved for last because this Absolute Batman number 3, some great covers, but this next cover will just blow your mind. Del Auto. Look at this. Wow. That's some Batman cover. I'm loving it. Yeah, it's in my collection now. Absolutely. In fact, there's more than one copy of my collection. That is just amazing. What an incredible comic book. And we're seeing some comics recently. The number one issue, one or two of the different covers have just skyrocketed in value, especially the cover A's for some reason. Absolute Batman has taken off like a rocket. The 9.8s are going, we're seeing them going online for well over $100, up to $120, $130. That's a great sign. Okay, we still have the independents that did arrive here from the other, Image Comics. We don't get them through Diamond. So ours showed up on time, luckily. Freddy the Fix. It's an oversized comic, as you can see. Standard look. Ren Toya, the New Earth is the lady question. Oh, thank you, Renee Montoya. I did know that. Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me know. The name had slowly slipped my mind, but yeah, Renee, of course, Renee Montoya. I knew that. Thanks for refreshing me. The Walking Dead Deluxe is up to 103. What? And this is what, look at that. This is what the original one of that looked like. Whoa. Yeah, that is one violent story there. Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn. Number one, you got 37. Look at 37 pages for only $3.99. What a deal. And as always, we get a little teaser for what's coming in the next issue. I'm loving that. What a cool cover. Great Western horror, I guess. Power Fantasy, issue number 5. Sometimes when you have to give credit to everybody who was involved and you got to do it in multiple languages, this is what you have to do. That's the back cover, giving acknowledgments to those involved in this comic and doing it in multiple languages all the way down. I think we even have Arabic in there. Spawn kills every Spawn, number 5 of 5. We've come to the end of Spawn killing everyone. And I'm loving the covers. But I like what they did on the back cover, what they've done on the back cover here. Look at this. You got to get Spawn buttons like that. I'll keep my eyes open. Transformers, I was telling you how Transformers has just been so successful and so popular. Number 1 has gone into a 10th printing, and to celebrate their 10th printing, they did a foil embossed cover for it. This is a 10th printing. That's how successful these have been. But to commemorate that 10th printing, we've got a foil embossed cover. How cool is that? Gotta love it. Gotta love those gimmicks. I do. Foil embossed covers. Blood Squad 7 is up to issue number 5, if you've been picking up the Blood Squad 7. And Epitaphs from the Abyss. I love the covers here. They're just so fun. He has no idea what's about to happen there. And this next one is just intense. Hey, look, kids. Don't worry about Papa being late for dinner there. There was an eyeball on that child's plate. Yikes. G.I. Joe, Fighting Man from Head to Toe, number 2. I showed you the variants earlier. What a great cover that is, man. I love that artwork. Is that who I think it is? Yeah, Finch. Gotta love Finch's art. What great stuff. The guy is amazingly talented. Oh, if only I could draw like that. King Spawn, number 40. And if you're wondering what King Spawn number 41 might look like, well, here's one of the covers. What is that thing? Things. It's 3-headed. Is it one dog or 3 dogs? I think it's one dog with 3 heads. That's wild. Very wild. I guess that's his hellhound with 3 heads. Pretty amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing that thing. Has that been in the comic before? Has anybody seen this creature in a Spawn comic before? Wow. Lilith, issue number 2. Lilith was in mythological tales was the first wife of Adam, who didn't want to hang out in that gig, so she moved on. As the story goes, what caused her to leave the Garden of Eden? Why did Lilith not hang out? I don't know the exact tale, but she got the boot by God. Get out, find a new place to be. Although that's not canon in their story, I don't think. Godzilla Sherlock Holmes and Godzilla Monsterpiece Theater. What? Godzilla Monsterpiece Theater featuring Sherlock Holmes, Jules Verne, The Great Gatsby. This is issue number 2 from IDW. This is Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater. And I guess in issue number 2, it's Godzilla versus Sherlock Holmes. Is that it? I didn't get the chance to read the number 1. But look at that. They're in the Nautilus there, I guess. Or something similar. The Yellow Submarine. They got the Time Machinist, Jules Verne's Cyborg, The Great Gatsby, and Sherlock Holmes all going up against Godzilla. Now, how fantastical is that? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 5 of the new ongoing series has a bunch of covers for you. We've got, Attack of these Ninjas. We've got, what's his name? Casey Jones? Is that Casey Jones? And this classic Turtles cover. That's a throwback to the early stuff there, isn't it? I'm loving the spot colors here and there, all their masks and everything. Great stuff. And Christmas. Christmas time in New York. And last but not least, there's that one. And that is by Eastman, the original artist of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from way back when. What do we got here? We have Star Trek Lower Decks, issue 2 of the new series. And how are we for time? Oh, we're running late here. We got to get moving. Star Wars, The High Republic Adventures. We got issue one-shots. Not issue anything. They're one-shots. There you go. Black Hammer Spiral City is up to issue number 2. And we have that cover on the back cover. And slightly different color on there. Oh, there they are. Arcbound is up to issue number 2. This has had a lot of good buzz on the internet about this story. And back cover art in slightly different colors. Why, I don't know. But there you have it. That's there's that. Barfly is up to issue number 4. It's really funny stuff. Barfly. It's a fly. Mask Matcher, Yiddish for big shot. So it's the Mask Big Shot. Macker or Matcher? Matcher, I guess. Oh, there's a fat cover for you. Silence in the Asylum, issue number 3. This is Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures, issue number 13. Not to be confused with the one shot I just showed you. And Sonic the Hedgehog. This is issue number 75. Oh, well, wait. This was another one of those Star Wars Adventures. And Sonic the Hedgehog, issue 75. And there you have it from at least a couple of the distributors. We got books this week. There'll be a delay on the other ones from Diamond. That'll be here Friday probably, so check back then if you're able to. And I showed you the interesting reused covers, which are always fun. We've had double covers, we've had reused covers. One way or the other, they've doubled it, right? Right, Mr. Happy? Yes, he says double. Double is the word of the day, the word of the week. If you know our secret word, it gets you 15% off any single item in the store. Some restrictions apply. Limit 1 per person per day. If you're a Discount Club member or a subscriber, you get an extra 5%, so 20% off any single item. Limit 1 per person per day. Always a way to get a discount in the Comics Club. Thank you so much, Mr. Happy. and we'll see you next time. In a couple of weeks, we're going on hiatus for 2 weeks. We won't have a show next week. We won't have a show next week after that. So back in 3 weeks with our prize drawings. Be sure to leave a comment down below so we enter you to our monthly drawing, which we will start off in a couple of weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. And that's about it, guys. I'll see you in the new year. Happy New Year to everyone, and Merry Christmas. And please stop by the Comics Club. We have a big sale going on. And remember, read. It brings out the